The Jubilee Party has written to the political parties registrar and Derito on the dissolution of a 2018 partial coalition agreement with the PDR party, which rebranded to become the United Democratic Alliance, also known as UDA, a party associated with Deputy President William Ruto. Now, in a letter by Secretary General Raphael Tuju, Jubilee says the move comes after consideration of the prevailing political and legal hurdles facing that proposed coalition. I think we actually have snippets of that letter that we're going to put up for you. The letter says the Jubilee Party National Management Committee, after considering the prevailing political and legal hurdles facing the proposed coalition, have found it improper and untenable to complete the formulation of the coalition. Another section of the letter states that we have found ourselves as strange bedfellows, especially with the UDA's use of their identity as hustlers, which has a negative dictionary meaning and connotation. Let me pick up one last bit of that letter, which says that the party has therefore decided to pull out of any further negotiations intended to complete the coalition process as is envisioned or envisaged by the Political Parties Act. Let's get a quick reaction immediately from the writer of that letter, the Secretary General of the Jubilee Party, Raphael Tuju. Many thanks for making time for us this evening, Sec Gen. Let me first begin by picking your mind on this. What exactly does the end of the coalition agreement mean? And without beating around the bush, what are the implications on any members of the Jubilee Party who had allied themselves with UDA?
Well, the consequences could be quite grave, but we are not interested in really victimizing anybody. I think we just wanted to state it as a matter of fact that we find ourselves as strange bedfellows with what is called UDA, because we did reach some working arrangement with PDR. I mean, let me make it simple for you. Imagine we found ourselves that we went to bed with Mr. Hassan, who we had negotiations with, and officials of PDR. We wake up in the middle of the night at about midnight, and we find that we have different partners in this bed. The chairman being Mudama. You can imagine the horror we've experienced in this. This kind of things happened in biblical days when you could change the bride. You've been courting somebody else, and then on the day of the wedding, you remove the veil and you find it's somebody else. How can that particular marriage continue?
I don't even want to imagine what you've given an interesting analogy there. I guess my question is, I'm finding it hard to believe that you just wrote a letter as a matter of fact, just to set the record straight. In politics, every single action, Honorable Tuju, even a handshake, for goodness sakes, has consequences. You can't be telling us tonight that you just, woke up one evening and felt that you should write a letter like this. There must be more in terms of the implications.
Well, the one thing which is for sure is that we feel we've been conned in this way, because we did reach some arrangement with PDR that we would field candidates in certain counties, Wajir, Isiolo, Garissa, I think West Pokot was one of them. But we find ourselves in a situation that now what is called UDA, which is a metamorphosis of PDR, fielding candidates against us in places like Nakuru, like places like Nyandarua, and therefore it is dishonest to say that we have an alliance in the terms and detail that we had discussed in 2018, and find ourselves in a situation which is obtaining today, where they are actually putting candidates against Jubilee in areas where we had never agreed that we'll have that kind of competition.
Okay, and you've given me some good history there, but I'm still struggling to hear from you on what happens next, especially maybe from tomorrow for members of your party who will continue to align with UDA. I mean, the Deputy President himself said if the situation in Jubilee remains untenable, UDA is a possible option. So what does that mean?
Well, I think there's a question that he should best answer, because as far as we are concerned, he is deputy party leader of Jubilee. Now, if he now wants to say that he's the party leader of UDA, then, you know, that's a question he should answer.
Okay, that's a question he should answer. But again, from your part, no consequences for those who may want to continue to align with UDA?
No, I can't say there will be no consequences. I think the thing is that, you know, as the Secretary General of the Jubilee Party, I act on behalf of the party. I'm the spokesman of the party. What we put on that letter today is what I was authorized to write. If there are consequences following this, again, that will be the subject of discussion by the party. And when the party makes those decisions, they'll give me the instructions and I'll be able to communicate them.
Okay.